welcome to another episode of Bitcoin Wednesday. I am your host, Brian, aka Don't Have Nothing. And my co-host is Vance, aka Nothing, because we're too lame and we haven't decided. We're just Victory Vance, you like that one. We're just two guys sharing our cryptocurrency journey with the rest of you. Let me go ahead and share this real quickly. So
welcome to another Bitcoin Wednesday from Crypto Millionaire Club.
Crypto Millionaire Club. Hello, everyone. Please leave a comment. Tell us what you're thinking tonight as we get this going. Let's see. Should be on here in a second. Okay, here we are. I'm going to public. All right, Vance, that is open to the public now. You can go ahead and share that, and we will be rocking and rolling. So join us tonight. Leave a comment. We'll put your comments up if they are any good. If not, we'll just delete them. It's our show, and we do what we want to. Is that right?
That's all right.
So anyway, let me go ahead and pull up the coin market cap so we can get this out of the way. It's actually doing a little better, I think, than last week.
348. What did you write down last week? I don't have my notepad in front of me.
Last week we were at 323. So not too bad. Going in the right direction. 348, 790. That's a lot of numbers to write down. 999. And the Bitcoin is current. Last week it was at 73.61. It is sitting at 77.21 right now. So up $400 since last week, and Bitcoin dominance is going down. So that's good. Last week 38.2. This week is 37.8. Not a lot, but the more it goes down, the better, I believe. Very cool. So we got some coins. It looks like just doing a quick scroll through here. Got a lot of coins that are in green at least in the last 24-hour period. So
yeah,
I like that. Look, Ethereum. You know, it's funny because Ethereum's currently right now at 614, but I do believe today it got down 500 and something. It was it got a little
Seems like
low
they
today.
just announced they hit its all-time low
Today
or yesterday. It broke 600 yesterday. It was coming down to another low again.
Yeah, I don't know that it was the all-time low, but it was.
But it was talking about it had been its low for quite some time.
It's been pretty low. Yeah, it was definitely in the 500s today earlier, because as I was driving around for work today, I actually glanced down on my phone.
Because its all-time low was like 368 a couple of months ago, 360, something like that. So, but yeah, we had hit 5. Yeah, we were down to like 590.
It was 592 today, it looks like. So
yeah.
And it had been a little bit lower. I mean, gosh, could have picked this up. What was it? It was it got back down to the.
That's what I was saying.
400s or so.
Just in the last 3 months, we were actually down into the 300s.
Yeah,
we were down like 350, 360, somewhere right around there. Yeah.
Can't tell from this chart very good, but definitely under 400. So
368. Yeah.
So not bad. That's almost doubled since then. So
yeah,
it's doing all right. Ripple, we talked about that a little bit earlier. It's up to 68 cents. Looking pretty good. Litecoin staying steady in the 120 range, 122 right now. IOTA's up to 173.
Yeah, we're seeing some green. I mean, not huge gains, but
not huge, right?
but gains. I mean, we're seeing a turn again, which is good.
My wallet online, or my wallet I've been stuck in a certain area for a long time, and I finally have seen some, about a 5% gain today on my wallet, which is pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
Considering it's been hovering quite a bit lower than that. T-bar is up a little bit. Maybe that explains it.
Yeah.
It's up 1.33%. Someone's buying it. Maybe they'll revive it,
Yeah. T-bar.
I don't know. Still got my regular bar. It's at
same. I've still got that too.
Hopefully they'll revive them both. That'd be nice.
Yeah, it would.
So, all right, let's go down here a little bit farther and take a look and see what anything pop out at you. Sia coin, we both have that. That's up almost 9% today. That was pretty good. That's a pretty good gainer on that. So, just wish I owned a lot more of them.
Yeah, same.
Let's see. 1% and 2% here and there. A couple of 1 or 2. Sky coin is up 8.5%. Not quite sure what that does, but
yeah.
Basically, Red coin's up. Red coin's up. I still got some of those stupid things. John McAfee. It actually got up pretty good and I owned it before, and then it obviously pumped and dumped, and so I still got them. Whoa!
Which one you looking at?
I'm. You know what? I must be on just coins only, because all of a sudden I'm like, Electronium is at 46.
46? No, it's at 94.
Yeah, I got to. It must have went to coins.
You're probably
only.
at change. It's 46 and change. In the change ranking.
I think I was on coins only for some reason. So it left out all the tokens and stuff, which brought it up.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was like, how can it be there at 2 cents? Something's not right.
Yeah.
So it's actually sitting at 94. You're right.
Yeah, 94 is where it's at.
All right. So how many coins did I miss going down through that? I wonder. Anything?
I mean, basically, we're still horizontal right now. That's basically where we're at. I mean, it's not, none of these gains are big gains from anything that we haven't already seen in the last week. To tell you the truth, that we're probably still down a little bit, but
no, you're right, because a 5% gain today was probably a 7 or 8% loss yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. So guys, we're basically horizontal, is what it is. Yeah, even Funfair is just basically even. They're 1/10 of a cent down, but I mean that's even. I mean, Theta Token, which had some huge jumps earlier, is down a little bit today, but still even. I mean, that's basically what we're looking at. We're still horizontal right now. We're not moving really any direction.
Yeah,
sideways.
It's funny because I'm looking at something. And some of these coins were coins I was looking at last fall, wishing or just wondering, okay, I've heard good things about them. I should invest in them, put a little money in them. And I just didn't, and I missed the opportunity. And I'm looking at some of these, and they're right back at the prices I was looking at them last fall.
Yeah.
Like I just saw ARC is around the 237, which is exactly, I was looking at it at like 250 last fall, and it jumped up quite a bit. So it's kind of funny. It's like, the market's kind of low right now. There's the coins are down, but these are coins that have all done very well in the past, and will probably rebound as well once the market starts to turn around again. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I mean, everything will come up when the market turns. I definitely, I'm a believer in that. Just because money coming in is not going to stay just with Bitcoin. I mean, it's going to go into the altcoins. That's, I mean, there's a lot of different coins out there, and they've all got some benefit, whether they're making deals with certain types of industry or their utility token or their security token. It really just depends. I think we'll see a lot of up in basically across the board when that happens. Anything that's not moving at that point in time, those are going to be the coins that fall out that we're not going to see in the near future. I think we're at that point right now where we have a lot of coins on the market, and that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier. I mean, there's 1,600 coins being tracked on CoinMarketCap, and we've always talked about, there's closer to 2,000, 2,500 coins out there. Well, actually today I was looking, and it's, 5670. There's over 5,000 coins out there right now. Whether or not they're still being used or not, are they falling away? But that's how many coins have been created in crypto, is 5,670 coins.
That's
so
crazy.
There's a lot of coins out there, and that's why I'm kind of saying that, people talk about this is supposed to be the year the ICO, and I completely understand that, because ICOs have just, they've blown up compared to what we've had in the last couple of years in ICOs. But at the same time, the amount of money grabbers that are out there creating an ICO just to grab your cash and split has gone up exponentially too. So I think this is going to I think 2018 will actually be the end of ICOs. I think that's going to change. That game's going to change a lot come 2019, after people realize how much money they've lost in ICOs this year. I really do. So
Titanium's got to be playing a big part of that, don't you think?
They are, but that's where we're seeing a lot of news right now. Just with like ICOs, basically SEC is, I think this is part of their investigation on manipulation as well. It probably spans from that. And then of course, Titanium didn't help anything. With the 21 million he walked away with. So, we've got a 12-month freeze on US token trading, on ICOs. So, and there was a lot of new ICOs that were going to be coming out that were within the limitations of, the regulations of the SEC and stuff. That's where Coinbase was actually going to start helping a lot of companies release ICOs. And I know there's a few other exchanges out there that were actually stock exchanges that are releasing crypto exchanges, and Boston Exchange was one of those, to help companies release ICOs instead of IPOs. There was a lot of talk about how the stock market was going to get into this. Well, that's all been nixed now for the next 12 months with this hold that's been placed on ICOs in the US. So whether or not ICOs are going to continue in the US after 12 months, who knows? Most ICOs now we don't even see here. Just because they don't want to deal with the regulation, the SEC regulation. So I think that's going to go away, at least in the US. It's going the way of the dinosaur. So if there is good ICOs out there, which are getting very few and far between now, any of these guys that are doing, get your free coins with airdrops and all that stuff. It's just, I don't know. I think it's just fluff marketing. I think most of the time that these coins are not going to be able to do anything in the future anyway. They're just trying to get the name out there so people invest a little bit of money and they walk away with it in the future. But that's kind of my speculation on where ICOs are going right now, because there's just too many of them. There's just way too many of them. But yeah, if you're looking to invest in some ICOs, you almost have to be able to wait till it hits exchanges, or you have friends outside the US that you can, kind of combine in with and do your investments. That's about the only way you're going to be able to do this anymore, because SEC regulations state that you have to, or that the ICO has to track basically, and they have to report all the buying that you're doing with that ICO with that coin. So that's why a lot of ICOs aren't working with the US anymore. So if you're a US investor, you're kind of out of luck. That's just been the way it's gone this year.
Let's give a little shout out to Jumar watching from, I'm not sure where you're watching from, Jumar. Why don't you tell us? Thanks for leaving a comment. It's really too bad. I understand somewhat of I understand the consumer protection part of it. Titanium being a
Oh,
big
yeah.
deal, a big ICO that raised $21 million. People lost a lot of money. It was totally a scam, and that's where the U.S. government's going to get involved in that type of thing. If
Right.
that wouldn't
And so that
happened, it's not been coming down quite as soon as it did.
right. And that regulation isn't a bad thing to basically support us and that fact. But at the same time, just putting a hold for 12 months on any ICOs, in the US, how many other countries are going to jump ahead of us on stuff like, I mean, we're already behind as it is. I'm not going to lie. As far as crypto in the US, I think we are behind, especially to the Asian, nations. So
right.
I think we are.
And I think it takes away a lot of it takes away a lot of the U.S. innovation and stuff. People, the opportunity for people to really innovate and progress with blockchain technology and different opportunities that are out there. So right. I agree that putting them on hold is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Putting a 12-month freeze on it is a bad idea. Putting a little bit of a hold on it to get some regulations straightened out to where, consumers can feel a little bit better, and go through a process is not such a bad idea.
Right.
But 12 months
and
that's
right. And that's and that's where, there's a lot of articles out there. I like to watch Bitcoin.com website. They do a lot of good articles on there, kind of seeing and they release daily. So, there's articles on there daily about what's going on. But they're the ones where I found out that there's actually over 2,500 coins. There's actually 5,600 coins, 5,670. I'm just looking at it right now. So if you go to cointracking.com, that's where they'll list all of them. But anyway, they were talking about how much confusion it's starting to create with all these ICOs, all these new coins coming out, because there is a lack of regulation on them, because some of them are using the same 3-digit identifiers. Just like XRP is Ripple and ETN is Electronium. There's a lot of coins out there because there's so many coming out that they're actually overlapping each other, and consumers, investors are even getting confused on which one they're buying. Because and that's why exchanges. This is a big issue with exchanges right now. This is why exchanges aren't adding coins. A lot of them are on a hold. They're just not adding new coins, and that's going to be the big ones like Binance and those. But it's just because there's so many coins coming out, and they have there's just no trade volume on them. Because they were an ICO that got bought in, and then if the coin wasn't anything to begin with, if it was, one of these scam coins or Ponzi coins, basically that we are seeing, there's no trade volume on them. And if it's under, I think they were saying if it was under 100 Bitcoin, like their daily volume was under 100 Bitcoins, then they just weren't gonna put it in.
Right.
They just weren't going to add it because it wouldn't even be worth their time to add onto their exchange. Okay. So you've got to get in with some of the smaller exchanges that don't care, because they're just trying to get a user base in. So they'll take any ICO that comes out. That's going to be like Cryptopia, some of the smaller ones like that. But, there's a lot of them. To tell you the truth, exchanges are popping up as fast as ICOs now, I think. But because they all have their own ICO. That's how they're raising money too. But basically, this article on Bitcoin that was talking about, there's a lot of confusion going on, talking about how exchanges have just turned off adding coins. At least the large exchanges have just turned off adding new coins, because they're just not seeing the volume that they want. It comes out of ICO and then just dies. It doesn't do anything.
Right.
So that's why you really need to take your time to invest in coins, especially if it's in an ICO state, that actually has a real product, something that they're actually doing. It's not something that you're funding their development time. If a coin is saying, "Oh, we're going to develop this with the money," then I would steer clear of it to begin with. But that's just one of my 4 rules. They need to have a working product. So I think that would save anybody listening a lot of time too. There's, really take some time to look at coins you want to invest in. And that's why last week we said, if anybody's new to the game, where's a safe place to start? Well, the top 15 coins. Go to CoinMarket, top 15 coins, top 10 coins. Those are all safe bets of where you want to put money and not have to deal with ICOs. But there is a large risk, but there's a large reward on ICOs because you can get in so cheap. And then if it is a good quality company, good marketing, all this stuff, that coin can jump up 10, 15%, 100 to 150%.
Yeah.
Basically overnight, and you can really make some quick money at it. So there's a lot of investors looking for that.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, in our case, Electroneum, we were able to get in at under a penny. And if you got out at the right time, you got out at 22, 23, 24 cents, something like that.
Yeah. Well, those were miners. By the time we hit, it was around 17, 18 cents. By the time it was actually live enough for the people who had invested in ICO for their wallets that were open to be able to get that. But miners were able to do like the 22, 24 cents before that happened. I think when they actually hit the market, it was $2.40. I think it was over $2 when it first came out. So if you were a miner at that time, you could have done pretty quick. Yeah.
What was $2? Oh,
Electroneum. Oh. Yeah. When it first hit the market, like that first week it hit the market, it was like $2. It was over $2.
Well, remember, we were looking at that, and we were looking at it on Cryptopia and thinking, man, that price is crazy. It's super high. But we were looking at the wrong thing. We weren't looking at the conversion rate. That was the Bitcoin. We thought it was way under a penny, and stuff like that. And so there were people making mistakes. I think the same type of mistakes. They were thinking, oh man, I can buy this for a tenth of a penny right now. And it turned out they're paying. Somebody paid a couple $100 or whatever for some, a couple of Electroneum. I mean,
but that first couple of days it hit the market, the numbers were so high, it was crazy. But no one could get their money off or get their coins off the wallet yet,
right? Because
we had a delayed ICO release basically.
But what I'm talking about when it at 22 cents or so, I mean, it was up there when people could have bought it. You could have sold your stuff for 22, 23 cents, and
but even you put it in Tether and then reinvest it later, that would have been great. Right. So, but we're talking, guys. I mean,
go down, right?
Yeah, but that was at the peak. So everybody understands that's not right now where we're still in our lull coming back. That was at the peak. That was the beginning of January where everything was high. That's when Bitcoin was 20 grand a coin. So I mean, there's a big difference now to then when ICOs released, because I mean you could buy in at a penny on Electroneum and then basically turn around and sell it for 22 cents a week later as soon as it came out. So I mean there was a big difference then, and there wasn't a lot of ICOs, not like we're getting hit with now. That's where there's a big difference on the market. 2017 market compared to 2018 is, I mean, ICOs are coming out exponentially faster. Every month, you just keep getting hit with more and more and more. And I'll tell you straight up, more and more crap, more and more scams. It's getting worse and worse and worse. So instead of 1 out of every 10 coins, now it's like 1 out of 100. The way they're coming out, that might actually survive 2018. So I think really what's going to happen is the coins that survive 18 will be the big ones in 19. So look for longevity.
We talked on the phone earlier today a little bit about this being like we're in the .com era again, and everybody is jumping. Everybody would put a .com behind their name, and boom, they were an internet sensation or something. Right. Well, we got the same thing with the ICOs, and everybody's trying to do an ICO out of it. And just mention a couple of the crap ICOs they're coming out trying to steal your money.
And here's the thing, guys. Just like back in the .com era, it was every company, Joe Blow's Shades and Flooring, decided, we're going to make a .com and try and release I keep thinking coins, but release stock off of it, right? And let's try and make some money. So basically, that's kind of where we're at in tokens right now. And 2 in the last week, big names, but I'll tell you, steer clear, man. These are money grabs. Last week, Kodak released that they are releasing an ICO. They're going to release a coin. Okay.
And Kodak went bankrupt. I mean,
yeah. Why would
Kodak's out of business?
Here's the first question you need to ask yourself. Why would Kodak release a coin? What is the benefit of Kodak to release a coin? What is Kodak even doing anymore? Because seriously, how many people actually buy film these days? You know, that's where I understand that they make paper, that they actually make the photo paper and stuff like that. But what does photo paper have to do with cryptocurrency?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I tell you this, it's a money grab. They figured out it's another way. It's just an alternative to selling stock and grab your money as quickly as possible to generate revenue that they've lost in the past 20 years of digital cameras being out and everything. Okay. What we're promoting Coke now. So anyway,
we're promoting you. Diet Coke.
Promoting Coke. Yeah. For free. Thank you.
Spicy cherry. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So here's another one. Yesterday, Monster Inc. And it's not the movie Monster Inc. This is Monster Inc. as in Monster cables? Like audio cables, things like that. Power cables released
RCA jack cables.
Yeah, that's right. That they are releasing. They do. They're really big in car audio though. So aftermarket car audio, everything you do is basically Monster. So, I mean, they do have a big market base there. But again, why would anybody invest in Monster Cable, Monster Inc. for an ICO? And here's the crazy thing about this. They actually stated in their press release why they're doing this. And it is a flat out cash grab. So they said, because of the market share that we lost with not picking up Beats. And everybody knows what Beats are. It's the headsets, the headphones, really nice headphones that people were paying.
Nice, expensive headphones.
Yeah, the people were paying $600 for Dr. Dre Beats. If you don't know what that is, anyway, look it up. Anyway, they lost out. They didn't buy Beats. I think it was Sony that bought the Beats brand, and for a lot of money. So that's why when those first came out, people were paying $600 for those headsets. Now you can pay, $200 to $400 depending on what you want. You probably still can pay $600. I'm sure there's a gold-plated one out there. But basically, they said because of the market share that they lost without picking up Beats, that they've lost 2 Beats, they're doing an ICO to regain capital. So why would you invest in that? And they said, oh, you can buy Monster Cable with that coin. Again, why? Why would you do that? That is the biggest scam I've ever heard of. The biggest scam I've ever heard of. And these are major companies, guys. These are I don't know. I mean, they're not Fortune. Well, Sony is, but I don't know where Monster's ranked. But whether they're a Fortune company or not, I don't know. But holy crap, guys, stay away. Oh, just to me, that just makes no sense whatsoever. No sense.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's unbelievable that they even advertise it like that. I mean,
that they even made a press release about that. That's what I don't know. I have no clue. I mean, this is where things are going to get really gray area on who's doing ICOs and why. I mean, if they're not filling a gap, okay, here, what gap is Monster filling by selling a coin or by offering a coin? What gap are they filling? To buy audio cable? To buy speaker cable?
You can use it to buy our audio cable.
Right. Okay. Well, let's go back and look at all the other companies out there, all the other coins that have already provided something to do this. Okay. I mean, we already have. Okay. For one, your apps, the apps on your phones. Let's go to apps on your phones. Okay. Because we can talk about that for a minute. Cash and Circle were the first 2. Cash actually has a debit card, a Visa debit card hooked to your app that you can use your Bitcoin to purchase stuff. Okay. So why would you want a Monster coin to buy cable when you can already use your Bitcoin to do that? Okay. There's one. All right. Second, Circle, which is, who's the big backers behind them? I keep forgetting off the top of my head. Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is the backers behind Circle. Okay. They've got an app out now that you can buy. I think it's 15 different coins, 13, 15 different coins with fiat, right? It's a, basically OTC, over the counter. It's over your phone, but it's considered over the counter that you can purchase coins right from your phone. Okay. They have actually just they're filing to get their banking license. Because why? They want to be able to use their app to pay for goods every day. So now they're filing to do that. So I mean, they're looking for U.S. banking licenses. I mean that's where the future of this is coming. This is where the mass adoption comes in, guys. So there's that. The newest app that just came out, and I actually caught it because they were promoted by CoinMarketCap. And I don't know, did you set this one up yet, Brian?
I did set it up, yes.
Okay.
ABRA.
But it's called ABRA, like abracadabra. Okay, ABRA. Now, this one I think is the most innovative so far. So this one's brand new, but this one takes fiat from close to 50 different countries. So it's not just the United States. This one's taking fiat from all over the world, and you can buy the top 25 coins on CoinMarketCap. So if you want Verge, you want Ripple, you want any of Litecoin, you want any of them, you can use that link in your bank account, and it's free bank transfers. So they don't charge for that. You can even hook into your American Express card. They allow that. Like it's a 2% fee that they charge on it, but they're letting you use credit cards now to buy. So ABRA, guys, go look that one up. I tried posting it up earlier in our groups earlier today in the Millionaire Club groups, but it's kind of funny. Facebook actually has cracked down a lot on anything coin based. So they didn't like that link at all. They wouldn't let it through because I think they're trying to come up with their own coin to release. I'm trying to post
it on this right now. And right now I'm having a problem posting anything. So
yeah. So
go ahead. Look in your app store for ABRA.
ABRA, guys. Yeah. So check it out. That one's the new one. So we've every time we find new little apps that work on your phone that you don't have to go through like Coinbase to buy stuff, big exchanges. These are easy little ways that you can get basically crypto instantly. So ABRA's the new one that we're talking about. But anyway, all of you, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say it's got a good rating too. It's got 4.6 stars. Over almost 4,000 people have rated it. Number 107 on finance, and there's a lot of finance apps. So that's good.
And CoinMarketCap is the one promoting it too. So
yes,
they've got some bigger backers behind them as well.
It looks like you can go to abra.com as well. www.abra.com. And
right. I think that's that was the link I was trying to set up. And it wouldn't let me post it. Facebook kept kicking it out every time I tried to post it.
So yeah, I checked it out. I loaded it up. It was super quick. The hardest thing about it was writing down my passphrase for security, because it is quite a bit. But
right. I actually just copied and I copied, put it in an email, and sent it to myself, so I had it somewhere else.
Did you do it? That's how I do it online.
Yeah, I did. I actually did it through my phone.
Okay.
I didn't do it on the computer. I did it on my phone, but I just, on your phone, you can actually just, if you've got an iPhone, you tap it, copy the phrase, put it in an email, put it in your notes, because your phone has a little notepad on it and stuff. That's what I did real quick. So I had it for later and just got through the setup. At least I had it saved.
I did what it told me not to do. I did a screenshot. I also wrote it down though, just so it was in, I got to file it away with all the other passwords and stuff that you get in cryptocurrency, because there are a lot of them, right?
Yeah, there is. There really is. So, I just think it's really interesting that there's a lot of different apps out there. There's a lot of coins that are working towards that. Another one that's really been in the news a lot lately has been Ripple. And Ripple actually has their own. Ripple is a company that actually has the coin XRP. Okay. So they are kind of two separate entities, but Ripple is the parent company that released XRP. They are actually releasing a lot of different products now. One's called XRapid, and reading some articles this week, just talks about how they've made deals with like a dozen different banks to start using their XRapid platform, which is basically it's like Forex trading for currency. Okay. But crypto will be involved with it. They'll be using the XRP blockchain to do it. But basically anybody could pay per se through, you go to a bank and you want to send money to another country or exchange it for yen, for Japanese, for yen, whatever, or Mexican pesos, whatever. Basically you can put cash in, they'll exchange it. They'll basically take it, exchange it into XRP on the blockchain, take it out of XRP into whatever currency you want at whatever bank you want it to be coming out in. Okay. Or account. Okay. And basically what they're talking about is how this is reducing the costs of Forex trading for banks by 70%. So why wouldn't banks do that? I mean, banks are kind of bloodsuckers as it is anyway. They charge interest for everything, fees for anything, but why not be able to reduce their cost by using blockchain to do that? And Ripple is already in with the banks. They've got quite a few of these that are coming out, but that XRapid platform that they're looking at releasing that end of this year, going into 2019. So that's going to make a huge difference just for Ripple, because they already are in with the banking industry, because they are a conglomerate of banks that are backing this coin. Okay. It is the most anti-crypto thing you can think of out there, but they're at least forging the way for crypto to be used in mainstream. Okay. That's why I'm bringing this up today. So basically you can put money in with their XRapid platform. Banks can transfer it out without having to go through the Forex trading. And it's much quicker, much cheaper, and it's dang near instant. I mean, their platform is really quick. So they've been in the news a lot in the last week. One saying that they're looking to take over Bitcoin by the end of this year. They want to surpass Bitcoin by the end of this year. Once I started looking into the articles a little bit more, this is one of the ways they're planning on doing it. Is this XRapid platform? Okay, so not only are they going to be able to do this, and why couldn't you use this for merchant services? The reason why I'm talking about this is because we're talking about mainstream, things going mainstream, things going to the masses, and being adopted, mass adoption across the world. Okay, this is a tiny little section of this big dream that coins have. Okay, Electronium has their new patent out where their fencing product, where basically instant payments by fencing off a certain amount of crypto that you're using to pay for something until the transfer goes through. Okay. So that's going to be coming out here in Q3 that they're doing. So all this technology coming out at the end of the year. We have a token pay that's over in Germany that's already in with the bank. They bought a bank, guys. I mean, you think that they're not going to be doing instant transaction merchant services off of that? And by the way, read another article today about how Germany's version of their finance regulatory agency, kind of like our SEC, whatever it is over there, they actually have 6 banks in Germany that are now working in crypto. So Token Pay was one who actually a coin that went and bought a bank to be able to do this. Now other banks have actually started picking up crypto and are starting to do it themselves. So 6. And the thing why this was so interesting is because Germany is actually one of the larger financial epicenters of Europe. So the bigger banks in Europe that are used are actually in Germany. This is big because if the big banks in Germany start using it, you know that the small banks around Europe are going to start using it. It's just going to fall. It's just going to trickle down. Yeah. So there's a lot of good items coming up out there, that we're seeing. So I mean,
the next
try not to jump on tangents too much, but the next
6 months are going to be very interesting with crypto.
Yeah, and guys, this is 1 week. This is in 1 week of crypto, the crypto world. All this stuff is coming out. Okay, and right before we jumped on tonight, I pulled up an article, just started reading about it. It's called Slovenia's Bitcoin City is coming. Okay. It's not really a city. Going through this real quick. You can go look at this one up as well. It's on newsbtc.com, which is another Bitcoin news platform. But basically, Slovenia has a mall that's like 2 million square feet, gigantic. Has a water park in it. I mean, it's got a hotel. It's a gigantic shopping mall, basically. It's in one of their largest cities, and it's been a good hub. It's actually got Slovenia's tallest building in it and stuff too. So I mean, there's basically, it's quite a large mall, kind of like Mall of America or something like that here. Okay, but their big thing is by the end of the year, they are all becoming Bitcoin acceptance, okay, or crypto acceptance. So basically, everybody in that mall, every shop in that mall, every hotel in that mall, every water park in that mall, food court, whatever, will now accept Bitcoin.
Wow.
So they're trying awesome. To become the world's first, they're saying first fully crypto friendly lifestyle center. Okay. But basically a 2 million square foot mall will now take crypto as payment for everything. Okay. I would have thought that would have been Japan, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Japan or South Korea.
Not Slovenia. I mean, Slovenia, I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, you know what? It's Europe. Whatever. That's where this stuff is going to get mainstream faster than it is here. I mean, those countries are accepting it. They're embracing it. They want it in.
Right.
So, if you want to go buy a cup of coffee over there in the food court, well, guess what? You're going to be able to use crypto to do it.
And which crypto are you going to use? That's where some of these other ones are working to be more user friendly and not the big wait times like Bitcoin and stuff like that.
Right. But I mean, Bitcoin's the big name. So that's what everybody's going to understand when they go in. And of course, why wouldn't they accept other coins? If they're accepting Bitcoin, then why not accept, Ethereum? Why not accept Litecoin, any of the other, any of them right now? So, I mean, there's some big stuff coming here. So, and we're still in the U.S., we're still fighting over whether crypto's a security and falls under the securities laws, and stuff like that. Which again, this week, Ripple being in the and people, if you're not big on Ripple, this is why you haven't heard of this stuff. But because I haven't, I just found out about this week too. But Ripple's actually in a lawsuit right now because some guy bought in high when it was really high, and now it's when Ripple was up 140%, and now they're down 35% or wherever it was, basically lost out. And under securities rules, basically this, if you're a security, you have a how do you want to say that? You have a responsibility to your stockholders, shareholders, to basically make money for them. And if you're taking 140% loss, then where do you fall under securities? And that was the thing that the SEC was working really closely with Ripple over the last couple of years, actually getting them registered when they went with their ICO, all this stuff, that they actually went through the same rules and regulations as the securities did. But SEC has never come out officially and said, are coin securities or not? So I think this lawsuit, and by the way, it's in California, and it actually has gone to their Northern District Court. So it's flown. I mean, it's actually in court over this. So I think really what happens is when the rulings come out on this one, when everything gets figured out, I think that's really what's going to come out, and the SEC will say, coins are securities or they're not, because kind of the way that Ripple has set up everything, they acted as a security. So they would be liable if they are a security. On the other hand, Ethereum has lawyers at the yin yang, and we've heard this for a while now. They're trying to prove that they're not a security.
Right.
So they don't want to be a security. So they're back and forth like crazy. So I think you're going to see a lot of stuff come this year. I mean, it is the wild, wild west. So, we've stated that before. This is pretty crazy territory that we're in right now. So there's still a lot of rules out there that we don't know how this is supposed to play out. But the courts thought that, this guy who had lost money. And by the way, if you're thinking he was losing millions of dollars, no, it wasn't. It was over $500. So, but it's turned into a class action lawsuit because everybody else is jumping on board that bought in high and lost money. Okay.
So the attorneys are there to make some money.
Yeah. So the attorneys are there to make some money on this one because it is turning into a class action. But it is being, I mean, this one's,
the fact that they're even legitimizing that just,
they're upholding it.
Ticks me off, you know. It's an investment. It's an investment, people. And the market was going, you know, that was right before January 6th, 7th or whatever. And Korea was over there buying manipulating it. Because I remember the day my portfolio was going up and up and up and up, and I was getting excited, and it got up to almost $4. But then it quickly came back down. And that's the same time that CoinMarketCap started putting asterisks by those coins and not counting the stuff that was going on in South Korea and some of those places because it was being manipulated from the regular prices. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
So
I mean, that's when China stepped in too, and put the kibosh on a lot of stuff. So, but I think we're going to see this. I don't know how this is going to play out. I really don't. Is it going to go that all coins are securities, or are they not? You know, this is where the SEC is going to have to actually come and make a ruling on this. You know, come the end of this lawsuit, okay, against Ripple. So, but what I think what's really funny is reading a little bit more into this because I've been following a little bit this week because that actually happened in May. That happened in May, so that happened last month.
The lawsuit.
Yeah, the lawsuit was like the beginning of May. But two of the lawyers that Ripple has hired, one of them was the SEC chair, the former SEC chair. So two of the lawyers actually worked for the SEC. And they're no longer with the SEC, but that still work for a law firm now, are actually representing Ripple. So I don't know. I really don't know what they're planning on trying to do, because if we do fall under, boy, guys, I don't know, if we do fall under securities regulation, that's going to change the whole landscape again.
Whole different world there.
Yeah, that's a whole different world again. So I really don't know how this is going to play out, you know, guys. I really don't. So that's one to keep on your or just on your radar. Just kind of be looking at what's going to happen with Ripple's lawsuit, because even though it's only this guy claimed he lost $500, you know, from when he bought in to where it is now, basically. I don't know. I mean, that $500 might be a $1 billion gamble here, you know, for a Ripple, and who knows, trillions for the U.S. depending on which way they go with this.
I could see a class action lawsuit against something like titanium that has been basically proven to be a scam.
Right, and this happened before that, by the way. Yeah, this happened before that. So who knows? I mean, the ruling on this could affect on the way titanium's lawsuit ends up. You know, I mean, because they'll use this as precedent for that. Who knows?
Yeah. So an individual guy investing money and losing some money. I mean, that's like going out to Wendover or Las Vegas or something, you know, and putting some money down. You're risking your money, you know, by doing it. There was no false pretenses by Ripple,
right? But at the same time, I mean, cryptocurrency is not considered gambling, though. I mean, they're looking at it a lot closer. They're looking at it closer than stock exchange, you know, trading and stuff right now. So that's where I think this will change. I mean, I wish they just looked at it like gambling.
It is,
and make everybody's taxes a whole lot easier.
And as early as it is in crypto, it is gambling. I mean, because you don't see not manipulation, but you don't see the prices fluctuating in the stock market on certain, you know, products, IBM, Apple, whatever, like you do on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. I mean, where these can have big jumps and big low, you know. I mean, Bitcoin we've seen swing $1,000 a day, you know. So, man, I bought Bitcoin at 8,000, and I turn around the next day it's at 7,000. Crap, I guess I better sue Bitcoin. Well, who am I going to sue? Ripple actually has a company that's legitimate, is working towards an actual product. So that guy shouldn't have sold Ripple is all I can say.
That too, because who knows once their platform comes out and banks start using it to exchange currency instead of Forex trading on currency come later this year, that's where is Ripple going to go?
Yeah.
Go $10, $5, what's going to happen with it come the end of this year if their platform is really being used by a dozen banks here in the US to exchange money.
And say Ripple goes to $10. Is this guy going to sue to get his Ripple back?
Yeah.
I mean, it's anybody with $250 can sue somebody. It's the litigious state that we live in.
Yeah, but the fact is that this has become a class action. There's a lot more people that have jumped on board. And I guess there's something they talked about how there's 10 private entities that have jumped into this as well. I don't know what that means, but they're private basically. So their information is not being released.
Yeah. I guarantee you this is some of the people in crypto that hate Ripple, that hate the fact that they have anything to do with the banks, because why aren't these other companies getting sued? Why isn't Verge getting sued? It was at 22 cents or so and is down to 3 or 4. I mean, why is Ripple the one that's getting sued, I guess is my point.
Right. But at the same time too, is Ripple has always come out saying that they're a security or going through those loopholes to become a security. And we're working with the SEC to do that. So where has other coins done that? They haven't. And it's because Ripple being backed by the banks, already, they were making sure that they had, solid ground to step on if something happened in the future, kind of like now. So I mean, they had a invested interest into this, and they knew that there was going to be laws in the future coming, just like the Winklevoss twins doing their exchange out in California, the same thing. They've been working with the SEC the whole time to basically try and, well, not basically manipulate the regulation, but try and make good regulation for crypto. Right. Okay. So that's the way they were doing. Whether Ripple was doing that or not, because they're backed by banks, I don't know. Because that's where you got to understand a lot of the banking industry is not the greatest to, let's put it this way, it's not in your favor when you go to a bank. Right. So let's just say that they're the ones making money off of you. You're not making money off of them. So, how this comes out in the future, I don't know. I really, really don't know. But anyway, that's news. We're talking, guys, in 1 week. This is all the stuff that's been in the news in 1 week in the crypto universe. So, we've gone an hour just talking about news right now. So, that's just in 1 week, guys. That's just this week. That's just articles I've watched and read this week. So, I don't know. I really don't know what's going to be happening, in the future for crypto. There's a lot to come. There's a lot to come, and we just don't understand. So, but we know there's going to be money coming in. When that happens, it doesn't look like it right now, but we know there is going to be lots of money coming in, because why is Ripple coming with banks or getting in with banks to do money exchange? You don't think that they've got a future plan to make, billions and billions of dollars off of this? Dang well they are. They're a bank.
they're already working with MoneyGram, and the way that you can transfer money from the U.S. to Canada or England or China or whatever, for that matter, is so much faster with blockchain technology than it is with Western Union and MoneyGram. It's going to be a lot less expensive. There's so many great reasons to do it. And you think of the trillions of dollars that are transferred daily.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So, and Ripple's going to be the first one into that space. That's what's so crazy about this.
If I needed to send $5,000 to England, it would be faster and cheaper for me to hop on an airplane, fly to England, and hand deliver it than it would be to, it would happen faster and probably be a little bit cheaper even,
Yeah.
5,000 might not be the right number, but you know what I'm saying.
50,000.
But just the time it takes to do that transfer, is crazy fast compared to going through all the other issues you have to deal with the bank and stuff like that to get your money sent somewhere else. So,
right.
Anyways,
so, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we're not realizing. I mean, we talk about, merchant services. How would the layman like us be able to go use crypto in a bank, or not even with a bank, but how would we be able to go use it in the mall? Okay. Well, that's where basically the blockchain comes in. How quick is that blockchain? How expensive is that blockchain? Okay. Right. I mean, because we already know that for you to go use Bitcoin, it's going to cost you about $14. Okay. And that's what at today's rate, when it was 20,000, it was like $25, $26.
Yeah. And if you're buying a hamburger and a drink at the mall, that's pretty expensive.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's an expensive date. It's like going to Olive Garden or something, right?
Or Laszlo's Pizza.
There you go. Laszlo's Pizza. So, but I mean,
this is what the $600 million pizza. Is that what it was? $600 million?
It's
10,000 Bitcoin.
It was 17 million at today's rate or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but yeah. But I mean, that's what we're kind of talking about is real world uses. Okay. And here's what's crazy is that when we're talking real world uses, how do we change money to go buy a car? And there is ICOs out. I know of a few coins out there that's what they do. It's basically they give you lines of credit based on the crypto that you hold. So you can go buy a car, you can go buy a house. Okay. So there are cryptos out there doing that. They're filling that gap. And then there are others out there that are trying to make it so that you can go use your debit card, your crypto debit card, to buy stuff in the mall instantly. Okay. That's another one. But we're not even thinking big, guys. I mean, Ripple is thinking big. We're talking, we want to change money from bank to bank around the world. We're looking at trillions upon trillions of dollars, not your $50 cheaper image in the mall, or $500, right. I guess would be more like your $500 at cheaper image.
Sharper image.
Okay, whatever it is, sharper. Like I go there, man.
A proud sponsor of this program.
The one time that I'm in the mall and I happen to see that place, I'll go sit in the vibrating chair, the massage chair for a little bit. That's about as much as I know about those places, except they're really expensive.
You go to the mall all the time to escape that heat in Phoenix. I know.
I
thought those buildings were empty. I can't believe anybody's even in there still.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a big shipping place for Amazon.
It kind of feels like it.
Another proud sponsor of Bitcoin Wednesday.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Amazon. That would be nice. Richest man in the world. Come on, man. Yeah. Throw us a little bit of that pocket change.
We've obviously been on here for an hour because now I'm starting to get silly, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but anyway, guys, I mean,
lots of good news. Lots of good news.
Lots of stuff going on, even though we're not seeing the market move. There's a lot of behind the scene work that we're seeing going on. So I'm always trying to post these articles up in the Crypto Millionaire Club page. So if you ever want to go look at some of these, a lot of these articles I've posted in there. So go take a look. I'll keep trying to post up as much as I can in there.
Oh, we got to give a shout out to Ron Thomas. He's saying, "Hey guys, I want to put him up on the screen, Ron. But it won't let me. I'm dying.
Oh, there you go.
I can't post nothing. Is it showing?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, because it's not showing up on mine, so I'm like, I don't know if it's working or not. But anyways, hey Ron, big shout out to you, longtime friend of the program, and to us.
That's true.
Good to see you. Thanks for everybody that joined us tonight. We will be back next Wednesday, same time, same place, for another episode of Bitcoin Wednesday. Thanks, Vance. Yep. Good to see you. We'll see you next week.
Have a good night, everybody. Guys.